Welcome here. I'm Colin Easley, and this is a brand new show, Bolts by the Bay. Two Tampa boys who have a passion for the Lightning, and boy, do we love the Lightning. And also my co-host here, that's going to be my show a lot, a diehard fan, season ticket holder, and guy who got me into hockey, Eric Breeze. How are you?
Hey, I'm doing good, Colin. How are you?
And a little intro on our show, a little background on me. I go to Palm Harbor University High School here in Palm Harbor, Florida, which is technically Tampa, and I just have a passion for hockey. My favorite moment that I was alive for. I know you would say I like the goal that led us to the Stanley Cup that one year. If I had to give it, the Garrison goal against the Islanders, probably my favorite Lightning moment. Been a diehard fan for a couple of years now. I wasn't really into hockey. Moved here from Texas, but I met this kid Eric Breeze, and he taught me everything there is to know about the Lightning. How about you introduce yourself, Eric?
Yeah, so I got into the Lightning because me and my dad started going to games when we were younger, and then now we're season ticket members to them. I have season tickets. And yeah, my favorite moment from last year, I'm going to have to say, I'll probably say overtime against the Islanders.
Oh, yeah. Garrison.
Yeah, I just have to go Garrison. So that was your. I'll pick a different one. That's what you picked. Let's see. What was the other overtime game? Do you remember?
I'm not 100% on it. I'll definitely give that to you.
I'll say my favorite moment. I was at a game 2 years ago, and Marty St. Louis got a hat trick, and I was in the suite that game, so that's probably my favorite moment.
That's cool. That's really cool. Well, if you're not from Tampa, you don't understand. Even I kind of said it. I mean, we love our hockey here. Even though we have the beach, we have a lot of stuff, a lot of tourism. You would think, why would anyone pay attention to hockey? But what I see during, especially playoff time, even in the regular season, our city coming together and cheering on for the Bolts. And we are just just two boys wanting to talk about hockey. And I'm ready to do the show. Are you, Eric?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay, so the big thing going into hockey right now, a showcase of talent, very exciting. I've been watching a little bit, not as much as I want to, because college football is on. But the World Cup of Hockey, the Lightning have the most representation with 12 players in the World Cup this year. And I've been reading in the paper, and John Cooper is concerned that this might affect training camp. Speaking about training camp, not really training camp, we had a prospect tournament in Coral Springs that the Lightning did very good in. Very proud of the prospects down there in Coral Springs, Florida. So a big shout out to them. But the main episode today is about the Lightning going into preseason and practices. Without all the players like Stamkos, Hedman, Cooch, I mean, you name it, they don't have it at practice. So 12 players out. So does this concern you going into the season, like the team not being as close as they're usually going to be? Or do you think that it doesn't matter at all? I want to hear your opinion, Eric.
Well, here's the thing. I like them getting good experience with good players, they're across the world getting ready for the season. Now they're going to be in shape. They're not going to be, cold coming out there. They're going to be, hot. They just played a big tournament. But the bad thing is they're not all playing together, like you said. And I'm worried about injuries, too. If they get injured in the World Cup of Hockey, now they're going to miss the Lightning,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And I was just talking about the prospect tournament in Coral Springs. It was, for people that don't know, it was a prospect tournament. We had our prospects go there. We won our first game against the Capitals 7-6. Then we won against Nashville, and then we lost it to the Panthers.
Yeah, and I mean, to be fair, I mean, I'm proud of the prospects going in there, proving themselves. Well, in the offseason, we know, if you don't know, most hockey fans do, we got to re-sign Stamkos, re-sign Killorn, re-sign a lot of good players. And I think this season's going to be good, but, okay, what do you say?
I said we haven't signed Cooch yet.
You haven't signed Cooch yet. That will be a definitely discussion today. But, we re-signed some players. I think that the future looks bright for the Bolts, and we will be covering it in the ways, but I don't know about this thing with the World Cup of Hockey being there and Cooch. I mean, there is some holes going into this season. It's not gonna. It's gonna be a good season, but I don't know. There seems a little bit more holes, but I really do think that again, it's a risk reward thing. The reward is the World Cup of Hockey gains him experience on big stages, playing in that tournament. But also it does bring some risk with the possible injuries that might happen. You know, Stamkos in the playoffs. I mean, didn't completely hurt us, but hurt us a little bit. I mean, there's a lot of questions regarding that, but all in all, on top of everything, I mean, it's the World Cup, and these players got to represent their countries, and I think that's what makes. I think they'll gain experience, but again, there is an injury factor, so I'm kind of on the fence with this issue, but you know, you got to do what you got to do, and we're going to see a lot of new names being placed on the ice and our preseason opener versus the Carolina Hurricanes. How about you tell us about that, Eric?
Yeah, I am going to the game against the Carolina Hurricanes, so I'll be able to talk about that because it's not on TV. So I'll be able to talk about that in the next show. But I think it's gonna be good coming. Good, it's gonna be good. You know, we'll get that first game off, first puck drop to get ready for hockey. I think our players will be ready. It's not gonna be a bunch of starters in the preseason, but what were you gonna say?
Oh no, I'm good. I like what you're saying. I mean, it's not on TV, so thankfully we have a season ticket holder who's willing to give us information. And we are going to if you don't know, they have Fan Fest. We're going to the Fan Fest, and we'll try, probably fail, but we'll try to get some players to listen to our show, call in maybe. Hopefully we have our prayers up. But well, I know this is a little bit off topic question, but which player are you hoping to see, Eric, this Sunday at Fan Fest?
I'm hoping to see Cooch. He's my favorite player. I have his jersey. It'll be cool to get him to sign it. I've been looking up to Cooch for a long time. I've had his jersey before he got really good in his rookie year. I got it. So I'm really going to beat him. But that is also a really slim chance. There's going to be a lot of people there. So, but we do have the advantage of getting in there before the public now, don't we, Colin?
Yeah, I mean, we definitely have to get there early, but we won't talk about that. It's kind of dumb, but I mean, let's review last year a little bit because we're officially. I mean, think about hockey; it's a long season. I mean, you could do as much preseason talk as you want, but look at last year. We were not the top of the rankings. We were struggling mid-season, came back, made the playoffs, and went all the way to the Eastern Conference semifinals. If you don't say that's impressive, you're not a hockey fan. I mean, this franchise is so good, and definitely with Stammer re-signing, hopefully he can get Cooch to re-sign. I mean, if we can re-sign Kucherov, I expect great things, but not 100%. I mean, there's always the plague of injuries there. I mean, Stamkos, Bishop, you name it. I mean, the big talk going on here in Tampa is with the new Las Vegas team coming in. Do you want to keep a player lock on Bishop or Vasilevsky? For me, it's...
Wait, Colin, can I call you right back? I gotta go off for a minute.
Okay, but I'll talk to you a little bit. Okay, but he'll be back. Trust me, he will. But Vasilevsky, it's either you keep a lock on Vasilevsky or Bishop. If you don't know, teams get a lock their starting lineup, so they have to go to different other players. I mean, the goalie is the quarterback, if you're a football fan. If you're not, then you don't know what I'm saying. But they're the leader of a hockey team. And when you see Vasilevsky, what he did to the playoffs, almost go to the Stanley Cup, just him and the goalie, just him in the net, I mean, I'm impressed. I don't know. Bishop has the leader. I mean, they're both equally skilled. That's what I noticed in the playoffs. Bishop and Vasilevsky have the same skill level, but it's either experience versus youth. If you want a guy who could play for a long time, be be good in what he does, and be there for a long time, maybe gain experience, go Vasilevsky. But if you want a guy who has a development with the players and definitely a relationship with all the players, I think Ben Bishop would be it. It's a debate that's definitely going on here in Tampa. I mean, the Las Vegas team got announced this off-season as well, too, to hit the ice in Vegas. We won't get into that too much. But, so, I'm pretty firm. I'm not sure. I mean, I'd like Vasilevsky in. I honestly think we have to. I mean, it's a year. We don't know what happens this year. But for now, I can't give you an answer. I have to see mid-season. I can kind of get a pulse on where the subject is going. But if you really, really want a new player, at least take like Brian Rust from the Pittsburgh Penguins. But I'm not 100% sure about this. But that's where I'm at right now. And again, the preseason game, Carolina Hurricanes be there. We'll do a recap of that. But thank you for listening. I'll try to get Eric back on the show here. But it's a really quick show today. Just telling what's up. But I definitely think the keys to what we need is we definitely need to make quick relationships fast. I know that doesn't make sense. We need to make quick relationships with the guys that are on the World Cup teams and new guys or the other players coming in to play in the Lightning, to play for the Lightning in preseason when they're not going to be there. Also, another key factor: have to re-sign Kucherov. Kucherov is the second best player on our team. I have to give it to Stamkos. I think he's just been the face of that franchise. But if not, Cuckoo, we have to re-sign him. If we don't, we're screwed. There's no other way to put it. But that's where I'm at on the subject. I don't think Eric's going to be back. Quick show today, but definitely covered a lot. Talking about the Coral Springs tournament. Future looking bright for the Bolts, and we love our Bolts here, and we can't wait for hockey season. Anyway, that's it. Thank you. I'm Colin Easley, and this is Bolts by the Bay.